Senator from Utah. I'm happy to comply with the 7-minute rule. Thank you, Mr. Comey, for being here with us today. Thanks for all you do to keep us safe. There's been some discussion, a little bit of confusion lately about the USA Freedom Act. In part, this has been precipitated by some of the discussions going along with the presidential election cycle that's in full tilt now. But to clarify, I have just a few questions about the USA Freedom Act and how it operates. First of all, the USA Freedom Act doesn't prohibit the government from gaining access to telephone metadata, correct?
Correct.
It allows the government to get metadata, telephone records, connected to any terrorist investigation, such that if the government wants to gather metadata connected to a particular phone number that it believes is connected to a terrorist investigation, the government can get that.
Correct.
And the USA Freedom Act does not affect in any way the government's ability to gain access to any metadata that either originated as to a phone call that either originated outside the United States or that originated here and was directed outside the United States.
Correct.
Did the enactment of the USA Freedom Act substantially affect the government's ability to prevent the San Bernardino attack?
I'm only hesitating because I don't want to talk about particular techniques we were using to understand that attack. And so I guess, Senator, I need not to talk about it in the context of that particular case.
I would note here only that it is significant that only 4 days prior to the attack, the government had access to all of the records that it had access to, for years prior to the passage of the USA Freedom Act, because there was a 6-month moratorium between its passage and it kicking in. And I personally consider that highly unlikely. Some would say mathematically impossible that it had any difference there. And certainly the government can still investigate the San Bernardino attack by going after records of the individuals suspected to be involved in that attack.
Sure.
Thank you.